Mr. Raymond, we had a gate at the back and we worked him a couple of times around Geelong Walk racecourse.
That history alone is generating interest in this property, which goes on the market this week. But the Cup connection isn't confined to Phar Lap.
The property's associated to another 10 winners of the Melbourne Cup. So 5 that were bred here and then another 5 that were associated either through training and whatnot.
It's hard to put a price on anything related to the mighty horse, but
probably looking circa 7 million we'll be going to the market at.
The property is unique to say the least. Hundreds of acres have been sold off over the years. Suburbia has sprung up all around it. Yet the manor has maintained its turn-of-the-century charm. All 30 rooms. On that first Tuesday of November in 1930, while the inside of the home oozed tranquility, it was anything but around the stalls. Phar Lap needed to be secretly loaded onto a float and taken to Flemington. Tommy Woodcock and Big Red were needing to make up time.
A rush to get here was really to do, I understand, with the horse float, having mechanical problems, believe it or not.
What followed his safe arrival at Flemington remains one of the greatest chapters in racing.
The others are scrambling for second and third. No danger now. Here's the post and strike. Eases him.
Those who packed Flemington on that day were yet again saluting the champ, but it's only now this rickety old stall is receiving recognition for the role it played in one of racing's greatest stories.
It's time for sport now with Adam Murray, and the Panthers have won the ultimate grudge match, Adam.
They sure have. Good evening, Jane. The Battle of the Golden West always produces, and it was no different this afternoon, with the Panthers' Blue Brigade backing up from Origin to combine for a hard-fought win over Parramatta. Also, a blow for the Blues as Wingham's Mitch Barnett hobbles from the field, and City defeats their crosstown rivals in the A-League decider.
Bonjour. Paddy.
I got my grandson Ollie to mow the lawn.
Lavande does that.
I asked the neighbours to keep an eye on things.
Lavande does that.
And my sister's collecting the mail.
Lavande takes care of all of that too. And who is Lavande?
Lavande, retirement living.
What are you risking online? Don't leave yourself exposed. Install all software updates to keep your devices secure. Learn simple steps to protect yourself at actnowstaysecure.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Red meat processing is part of our town's story. By employing hundreds of locals, red meat processors are supporting our farmers, truckies, butchers and the community, now and into the future. There's more to meat than meets the eye.
Andy can't stop Ashwin. Loan application time.
Applying for a loan isn't as hard as you think. With an easy online application, ANZ GoBiz is the loan without the groan. Search ANZ GoBiz.
That's all the balloons we have.
Lucky eight, sir.
Someone's in for a surprise.
Chief, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Well, your party plans may be up in the air, but at least your insurance is sorted.
It's good you're with Budget Direct.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Running empty's a bit of a pain. At Origin, we're helping you keep your LPG topped up with simple orders through our app. That's all kinds of useful.
You can support the Blues with your jersey.
Up the Blues.
Some face paint, a bit of ink, and now you can even support the Blues at Macca's. Get one of 6 legendary cups with the new Blues meal.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Get Australian-made value with the Sleepmaker Smart Rest Queen mattress from a super low $7.99 or the Smart Rest Deluxe just $9.99. Plus receive bonus standard local delivery on selected purchases. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
King
Kingscliff Nursery. Over 5 acres of trees, native shrubs and exotic plants. Huge range of fruit trees, indoor and outdoor plants, pots, planters and much more. Buy direct, save heaps. Remember to say hi to Sally at Kingscliff Nursery, Cudgeon Road, Cudgeon.
They were last on the ladder and struggling for form, but the Panthers' premiership defence is showing signs of life. Penrith defeating Parramatta 18-10 in the Battle of the West, led by their Origin stars.
Two teams at the bottom of the ladder, but this was a blockbuster clash. The Panthers fighting for their premiership defence. First points went to Parramatta.
Nice play that. They wrapped around the back. It's Russell. It's beautiful execution by Parra.
Penrith soon hit back and had the lead.
Talangi double pumps out the back. Now there's some room. McLean is over the line for a try.
They were the only highlights of a tense first half. The game came to life in the second.
The flying fox.
Wow. The conversion, just as impressive.
Oh, Lomax has fallen over, but he still picked it to the sideline.
That gave the Eels a 4-point lead. It didn't last long.
McLean, he rolls it through. It's a pinpoint kick. Brilliant work by the youngster.
Unlike in Origin 1, Cleary was on target from the tee, giving the Panthers a 2-point advantage. But his best moment with the boot was still to come. A crucial kick downfield.
Oh, Nathan's going to pull it off. He's done it with a 40-20. The master steps up at the right time.
With the game on the line, Penrith Blues banded together.
Picked up by Edwards. Passes over the top. Glorious backline movement.
A vital victory that could kick-start their season.
It was a tough win, but it was really a win that we needed. Didn't start the best, but came back, and yeah, for us as a club, it was a massive win.
Sam Jordan, NBN News.
Tyrese Latrell Mitchell tried his hardest to produce another Bunnies comeback, but it wasn't to be against a relentless Warriors outfit. The win has come at a cost for them and the Blues. Wingham's Mitch Barnett in serious doubt for Origin 2 with a knee injury.
The Rabbitohs falling short in a brutal battle, the coach still proud in defeat.
You know, these guys don't give up. They're beaten on the scoreboard, but we just run out of time.
Luke Metcalf putting Dallin Watene-Zelezniak over for the opening try. Keon Koloamatangi did it all himself.
Pulls the trigger close to the line there. Driving towards the end goal. You can't stop Keon.
As South hunted another, Mitch Barnett paid the price for some desperate defence.
Doesn't look real good here for Barnett.
The Origin forward taken off in agony with a knee injury. Blues brother Latrell Mitchell joining him in the sheds for an HIA, but was able to return. The sight of one of their leaders on crutches galvanising the Warriors, who scored 3 tries inside 7 minutes to stretch their lead out to 18. A trademark trail cutout giving Souths hope.
It's taken by Alex Johnston.
Mitchell's next magic trick, lifting Johnston into rarefied air.
Johnston has a hat-trick. He has 200 premiership tries. Only the second man in history.
The Bunnies' comeback was too little, too late, losing 36-30. But Barnett's injury may have opened the door for a Souths favourite to make an Origin return.
Keon deserves to be picked. I think everyone's seen over the past 3 weeks is what he's done. I feel like he's probably the one of, if not the best New South Wales middle at the moment.
Nicole Dunn, NBN News.
Billy Slater says he's still unsure if he'll stick with Daly Cherry Evans for the next Origin match in Perth. The under-fire Seagulls skipper giving the Queensland coach plenty to think about, starring in Manly's big win over the Broncos.
The Sea Eagles soaring again. Brookvale Oval rocking for the first time since round 4.
Tonight was somewhere near our best. When we're willing to turn up like that, we give ourselves a chance against anybody.
Backing up from Queensland's Origin 1 loss, Daly Cherry Evans was brilliant with the boot. The halfback happy he's still a Manly man for now.
I just love playing footy, for this club, with this team.
Hitting back at suggestions he'd been out of form.
There've been a couple of good performances leading into Origin.
The Maroons captain making a post-match plea.
If it ended, I played 26 Origin games, so I'm very grateful for that, but I would love to be back there again, no doubt about it.
Queensland coach Billy Slater still unsure if he'll stick with his number 7.
Given our performance in Game 1, something needs to change. Whether that's personnel change or we just need to shift our mindset as we go into the game, I'm not sure yet.
Michael Maguire's Broncos belted 34-6. The club's premiership credentials again questioned after a fourth straight defeat.
I believe in this team. I know we can turn it around, and we just need to get back, train and work hard, and the results will turn.
Life after Lachlan Galvin began with a 32-28 loss to the Cowboys. Tigers coach Benji Marshall praising regular fullback Heath Mason for filling in at 5'8".
So to get an opportunity in the halves, it's a big task to come to the front line defend, and I thought he was great in defence. And then he brought us a lot of spark and energy with the ball, so really proud of how he went tonight.
Zach Bailey, NBN News.
Swans coach Dean Cox has warned his players they're in for a world of hurt in their upcoming training sessions. Sydney was embarrassed by Adelaide at the SCG, losing by 90 points, dropping to 14th on the AFL ladder.
It was unacceptable and embarrassing. We need to strip it back and get to work real quick. Expect some tough sessions. That'll happen.
An inspirational three-quarter time speech from injured veteran Callan Ward worked wonders for the Giants. GWS reeling in a 28-point deficit to beat Richmond 80-77 and remain in the top 8. It's a huge week for the Socceroos. A win against Japan in Perth on Thursday night could be enough to seal qualification for next year's World Cup, but the enormity of the challenge isn't lost on Australia.
We'll have to be at our best to beat the best team in Asia, and that's where we want to get to. And to be the best, we have to beat the best, and they clearly are.
Popovic has turned to the son of a former Socceroos captain to do that, Paul Ocon-Engsler, earning his first call-up. A 10th minute goal was all Melbourne City needed to beat Melbourne Victory in the grand final and win their second A-League championship. Bloodied and bandaged, Socceroo Matt Leckie claimed the Joe Marston medal for player of the match, City lifting the trophy for the first time since 2021. Paris Saint-Germain have won their first European Champions League title, and they've done it in emphatic fashion. PSG thrashing Inter Milan 5-0 in the final in Munich, celebrations extending all the way back to their home base, the Eiffel Tower lit up in the club's colours. After the break, Oscar Piastri in the box seat ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix, and the Aussie pair leading the way at the French Open.
Some of us still not comparing car insurance as premiums rise.
You save on car wash, why not save bucket loads comparing car insurance deals?
It pays to compare.
Simple.
Moving home? Make your next move a good move. Done. With Energy Australia, you can move your energy online in minutes and get power on the day you move. Book your move online today.
Ram Trucks has always led the way. From cruising to crossing, working to playing, splashing to climbing. It's what's expected. What's unexpected is the unrivaled luxury in the new Hurricane Ram 1500 and the unexpected power of the new Hurricane engine that's unrivaled in pickup trucks. Ram eats everything else for breakfast.
I'm Nat from O'Brien. These cracks all started as chips. Happens a lot. We replace thousands of windscreens, but a chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener. And with car insurance, your repair is usually free. Book today.
O'Brien.
Daddy, it's dress-up day.
This is Tim. Tim woke with a nasty cold, but nothing, not even a cold, will stop him from making her the best costume ever. Not a toppled vacuum, an overwaxed floor, or an excitable pooch. Because even though Tim has a cold, Tim shows up when it matters. When life needs you, you need Codro. Soldier on.
What does it mean to go your own way? It's knowing that being different is always a good thing. Own it in the new 7-seat Isuzu MU-X SUV.
When
When you're serious about getting the job done, you need a tractor that delivers day after day. Coyote gives you the features that matter. Reliable diesel power, smooth transmission, serious lift capacity and comfort that lasts. And right now, score big end of financial year deals across the full 25 to 140 horsepower range with 1.89% finance over 24 months. But hurry, offer ends August 31st. Built tough, priced right. Backed by local support. Coyote, just a bloody good tractor. Head to your nearest dealer today.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Huge value. Rigel 5-seater fabric modular sofa with powered recliners and console, only $2,996. Amazing deal on the Kyoto 5-piece round dining suite with extendable table, just $14,998. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
This sports report brought to you by the new Mazda BT50. Give it heaps.
A scorching lap in the last seconds of qualifying has seen Oscar Piastri snatch pole of teammate Lando Norris for tonight's Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. It's the Australian's fourth pole of the Formula One season as he looks to extend his narrow championship lead. For the first time in 37 years, Australia has a man and a woman in the fourth round of the French Open. Daria Kasatkina. For the first time in 25 years, the Indiana Pacers are through to the NBA Finals. The Pacers claiming a 125 to 108 win over the Knicks, wrapping up the Eastern Conference Championship Series 4-2. The franchise has never won the NBA title. They'll get their chance against the Thunder beginning on Friday. Rising star Natalie Fensom has upstaged some bigger names to book a wildcard spot in this week's Newcastle Pro, the first stop on the World Surf League's Challenger Series. The East End board rider lost for words after winning today's trials. Second best in her semi-final was just enough to see Natalie Fensom scrape into the women's decider. Up against fellow Novocastrians Emily Burke and Lila Pearce, plus Miller Brown from the Northern Beaches, the 18-year-old took the opportunity by the scruff of the neck, and 25 minutes later, she was being chaired up the beach. Handed a ticket into the Newcastle Pro. When you came into this event, did you think this could happen?
No, I didn't expect this at all, but I'm so grateful, so good.
Are you going to be able to sleep tonight?
No, probably not. It's too good.
In the men's side of the draw, Mike Clayton Brown flew into the final. While Josh Levy didn't do enough to impress the judges in his semi. As the sole hunter surfer in the decider, the support was for Clayton Brown to replicate Fensom's efforts. But it was hard not to admire the show Finglehead's Dane Henry was putting on, the junior national champion winning the men's trials, celebrating on his way back to shore. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. Over the moon, like heaps of boys in the trials were ripping all day and kind of, looked a little hairy at the beginning, but I thought I'd charge down the beach and kind of suits my surfing a little more, and yeah, got the job done.
Henry is set to be in the water early tomorrow morning on day one of competition.
Just missed out on the QE last year, and that was my main goal for this year, so yeah, I'm really keen to get back in the rash here and rip in a few big heats.
Meanwhile, the New South Wales State Surf Classic officially wrapped up in Coffs Harbour today. Coda Kilcorn won the Open Men's Final with a 7.33 best wave from the judges and 14.1 overall score. In the women's, Kira Buckpitt powered a victory over Bonnie Hills by nearly 6 points to finish with a 14.34 performance, and Ben Proudfoot scored a podium finish in the over 40s men's longboard with a 5.83 best wave and a total score of 10.5. In round 7 of Far North Coast Rugby Union, Wollongbar Alstonville continued their winning streak, and the Ballina Seahorses were standouts over Lismore City. Meanwhile, Casuarina Beach went to work against the Byron Shire Rebels to lock in a win at home.
Both teams coming off the back of losses last week. It was the Byron Shire Rebels who secured the opening points against Casuarina Beach. Maximilian Cousin then put it back to evens for Casuarina. The Rebels found strength in numbers to add another 5. His teammate then followed suit. Casuarina made a strike under the post moments before the break. Out of the sheds and 5 points separating the scoreboard, Harrison Hall closed the gap for the home side. In this play, Casuarina went leaps and bounds down the field to turn the tables 28 points to 19. As the rain set in, the Rebels locked in what would be their last try outside the post. Only 2 points difference, Casuarina Beach up to the ante. To claim the game, 35-26. Alexandra Rees, NBN News.
And it looked like a soggy affair, that's for sure.
It sure did. And how is the rest of the week looking weather-wise? We'll check it all next with Lauren Kempe, including our 7-day outlook.
Tonight, the wait is over. The new season of LEGO Masters, Grand Masters of the Galaxy. In 60 minutes. On Stan, the new documentary series, Kevin Costner's Epic. The West, only on Stan.
The Snooze End of Financial Year sale is on now. Save up to 50% off selected mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off selected mattresses on already reduced prices. Hurry, sale on now.
The first ever Kia K4
Don't be afraid, no, I don't.
with ultra-wide screen.
Just show you.
Now a party up front and business in the back. Kia's biggest small sedan, the Kia K4.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Good health is
Chicken salad, thanks.
contagious.
Make it 2.
3, please.
Yep. We're wired to pick up all the best bits from one another. And at Bupa, we're helping our almost 4 million members live healthier. Because every time they do, someone else will too. Join Bupa Health Insurance and feel good health catch on.
G'day, I'm Russell Coit. Clearing fallen trees is a part of life in the sticks. Lucky for these show ponies in that flashy new ute, I've come prepared, because there are no shortcuts out here. Except for that one.
Mitsubishi's most capable ute ever. Nothing can frighten a Triton.
10-year warranty. It's almost a decade.
Dust off your collectible items. Delft Blue are coming to a location near you. We pay cash for your gold, jewellery, vintage watches, Australian banknotes, pennies and more. Don't miss this chance to turn your collectibles into cash. Visit wecollect.net.au.
Is your roof looking dirty and old? Give it a facelift and make your old roof look like new again. Call RoofTech Roofing today. We high-pressure clean roofs, change broken and chipped tiles, repoint and rebed ridge capping, reseal, recoat and recolor. All tile and metal roofs, from old to new. Call RoofTech now for a free, no-obligation quote on 66811793. RoofTech. We do everything roofing.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Save over $500 on Samsung Galaxy S24. Smart wire-free security camera 4-pack now under $500. Save $700 on Asus with Go Evo laptop with Ultra 5 processor. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
A help company will get people back on their feet, make complicated stuff simple, and even try to predict the unpredictable. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
It's been a very frosty start to the first day of winter, especially in the country's southeast. Cooma Airport plummeted to -6 degrees overnight, and the Alps got to sub-zero as well, giving a glimmer of hope for the ski season ahead. Further north, it's fairly typical seasonal temperatures across the board, and that's what we should feel for most of this week. Moderate rainfall was recorded in the southeast corner of Queensland overnight, and we had widespread light showers throughout WA's southeast as well, and it was mostly dry elsewhere. Skies across Australia's east coast are seeing plenty of cloud thanks to an onshore airflow, and there's a decent amount of it over the interior too. Most of this is high-level cloud ahead of a cold front crossing South Australia, but we can expect more rain to hit the region in the coming days. We'll see light showers start to spread across northern and inland parts of New South Wales from early tomorrow afternoon, getting heavier on Tuesday thanks to a trough just off the east coast. A deep low and broad trough will also hit Western Australia before linking up with a tropical airstream as this system moves east. By Friday, we should see yet another northwest cloud band develop, hopefully bringing some long-awaited falls to the country's south coast. We're taking a look across the nation, warming up to 22 degrees in the Alice tomorrow, up from just 5 overnight. High pressure will keep things sunny there. More showers are set to hit Brisbane, reaching a top of 23. Cloud affected in Sydney, only just getting up to 19 degrees. Mostly cloudy conditions across the northern rivers today, topping out at 20 degrees at Evans Head, 22 in Ballina and 19 degrees in Lismore. Only light southerly winds for most of the day and mostly grey overhead tomorrow, with isolated, at times heavy pockets of rain along parts of the coast, but mainly overnight. It'll be almost copy-paste temperature-wise, getting up into the low 20s from Grafton up to Tweed Heads and up further north on the Gold Coast. Taking a look at coastal conditions, we have 1 to 1.5 metre seas with a 2 metre swell. Morning low tide at 7:53 and afternoon high at 1:48. Sun to rise just after 6:30 in the morning and setting just before 5 p.m. Partly cloudy conditions in the Tweed tomorrow. We could see at times heavy falls there on Monday through to Tuesday. Clearing up though on Wednesday for a mostly fine and sunny day and a top of 24 degrees. It's a similar story in Ballina. We could see moderate to heavy falls reach the region there on Monday through to Tuesday. Showers easing on Wednesday, potentially returning for some light falls there later in the week, but it should be a mostly fine end to the week there as well. Up to 20 millimetres possible in Lismore tomorrow. Showers easing on Tuesday, sunshine on Wednesday, and we're looking for a fairly consistent stretch in the low 20s in Grafton from Monday through to around next Saturday. Moderate to heavy falls there on Monday, but easing in time for the middle of the week. And checking out the surf across our local beaches, only some 2 to 3 foot waves rolling into Port Macquarie today, slightly calmer tomorrow.
Thank you, Lauren. And that is NBN News for this Sunday. We'll be back with the late news at 10:40. From all the team here, good night.